Got a hole? So yeah, I am confirming that this piece that you're looking at right there is also called the inner rocker, but it does not come with the rocker assembly that says inner rocker is included. Oh, yeah! Because if you look through that hole, you can see another piece of metal. That is the inner rocker that is included with the rocker assembly. So this is how they word it. The first one, the rocker assembly, is $147. I can't get it to focus, but you can pull it up on Classic Industries website. It says reproduction rocker panel assembly, including the inner and outer rocker panel, called rocker panel assembly. Then they got this piece that is called, guess what? The inner rocker panel, which is a completely different piece than what's included with those rocker assemblies. So that's fun. There's two pieces called the inner rocker, and I don't have the one I need. Good news is the one I need is in stock, and it's only 75 bucks at the place that I was at 2 days ago, which is approximately 1,700 miles from my home. Man, the people out there at Classic Industries, well, I shouldn't say the people. The person that I dealt with at Classic Industries, he hates his life, from my point of view. Nowhere on his to-do list included caring about the customer that's standing in front of you. Now, I get it. Sometimes these guys get beat down by the companies or the customers or whatever. Leave. Find something else to do. You don't need to stay in a job. Like, if you need to stay in a job and project your hate for yourself onto customers that walk into that place, you're just a weak person. Leave and find something else that better suits you and makes you happier. Don't ruin my experience with the company just because you suck at figuring out your life. That's your problem, not mine. So this guy sucks at figuring out his life, and when I went there and like that trunk shelf that was out of stock, I was like, man, I just checked last night. He goes, should have refreshed the website this morning before you came in. Okay, well, it takes more than this morning for me to drive here, but whatever. I said, yeah, I said, there's nothing we can do. He just gave me one of those shoulder shrugs, you know, like he don't care. Must have sold this morning, last one. Cool. I mean, I know there's nothing he can actually do, but he doesn't need to be a jerk about it. And if he actually appreciated what he was doing, he could have maybe gave me a heads up when he seen me buying, you know, when he seen me buying a floor pan and all the braces. I would just assume that you're going to need that secondary inner rocker panel that isn't included with the floor pan that you're buying, or at least mention it to me like, hey, you know, there's two inner rocker panels. There's a outer rocker panel and an inner rocker panel, and then a middle rocker panel that we also call the inner rocker panel. Let me give you guys a demonstration. So this is going to be if we're looking at the rocker panel down the length of it. If we took like a cross-cut section, you got your outer rocker panel that basically everybody sees. And then you got your pinch weld here. And this is your door sill where your little trim piece goes. But this is the outer rocker that everybody sees, your little pinch weld down here. Then there is an inner rocker right here. And then there is another inner rocker here. And then all of your bracing for your floors weld here, here, to this piece, not to this piece, not to this piece. So this is the outer. This is the inner. If there was an outside and an inside, and there was also one piece that sat in the middle, what would you call that piece? Also, the inner. The correct answer is inner. Also, not the middle. It's outer, inner, inner. The word middle doesn't exist, I guess, when they're manufacturing parts. The middle rocker, that would have been a tongue twister to put in the description. Rocker assembly includes middle rocker. So there's a piece in there that I don't have, so I need to decide if I'm going to patch it, because what I wanted to do originally was I wanted to reinforce the inner rockers. So I was going to cut the rockers apart anyway and reinforce it. So this might actually allow me to maybe make my own inner rockers out of some heavier gauge steel to give it more of a reinforcement. I don't know. It is kind of a long run of steel, and I really don't feel like buying a whole sheet of steel to make 2 inner rockers, but honestly, it'd probably be cheaper than buying inner rockers, even if the sheet of steel is $200 by the time I get it shipped out here. So, but yeah, that's what I found out. Just clarification for you guys who are doing this, there is a middle rocker that they call an inner also. There's an outer, an inner, and an inner. So I'm not sour about it at all. You guys probably are getting a vibe that I'm sour about it. I'm not sour about it. Middle. That's all I had to say, middle. Got the rest of that sucker cut out. Went through and drilled some plug weld holes on the top. Now I'm going to try to jam this piece of tube up in there, just in case I get the hankering to cut this top off, the rocker to be reinforced. So let's see if we can squeeze that in there. Quality products from 3M. $30 can of weld-through primer. And not even spray. Let's see. Stuffed. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. Probably just gonna weld a little bead along the top, plug weld it, weld this seam up, straighten up this edge. This edge is kind of old and crusty, but straighten up that edge and go ahead and burner in there. This piece back here that's missing, that is on the new quarter panel I'm putting on, so I don't have to worry too much about that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's a 1.5" by 3 tube, and I went with 1/8 inch wall. I mean, you could get 1/4 inch wall if you want to, as long as the outer diameter is 1.5" by 3. So I was pretty confident that 1/8 inch wall was going to do the trick, especially for a long, wide tube like that. So I'm gonna get this sucker welded in, and then I'm gonna get that side done.